Ladies and gentlemen, I believe what we have here is what you would refer to as a bit of a slump. Yeah, these past couple of weeks of me picking games, boo-boo doo-doo. Dumb dick type of results and behaviors exhibited here. To the point where I almost feel like I need to go find a slump buster in order to break out of this schneid that I'm on. Past 2 weeks, not good. Week 9, slightly better. But I want to emphasize again, slightly better. Not much. I was only 8-6 picking winners straight up, 5-9 against the spread. Now granted, there's some brutal shit happening. Like, you know, when the Bills are favored by 14.5, 15 points and Jacksonville beats them 9-6. Like, who the fuck could honestly forecast that type of crap going on? I mean, really? Really? But it's the name of the game. Sometimes you look like a genius and sometimes you look like a jackass. And some of you are going to point out, well, looking at your haircut, you look like a jackass cancer patient version of Kane more often than not. Ding! Correct you are. So anyways, it's impacted my record for season to date quite a bit these past 2 weeks. I'm now 85 and 51, picking winners straight up, only 75 and 61, picking against the spread. So, you know, still doing okay, but need to get off the schneid, need to have a much better week here. And that's what I'm here to do. And hopefully my picks for week 10 will be better. As always, you're welcome to go against me in the comments and brag and rag about how much better you are than me. Let's do that, shall we? Because I know certainly Thursday night was yet another bizarro world fucking example. You know, the Dolphins have 2 wins, 2 wins on the season? And they're coming into this game. Baltimore is an 8.5-point favorite. And Baltimore was outclassed in pretty much every way imaginable. Especially when you talk about Miami's defense against Baltimore's offense. Like, that was stunning. And that's the type of performance that keeps people from truly embracing this Ravens team as a true Super Bowl threat. You can't go in here, even if it's a short turnaround, short week on the road. The Dolphins are shit. Like, the way they've even mangled and handled that quarterback situation with Brissett and Tua is just a shit show. Yet you go in there and lay a deuce like that. Like, this was a reverse covering of the spread. Not only did Baltimore not cover the 8.5, not only did they not win, Miami won and covered 8.5 on their fucking own. Again, who the hell is supposed to see that coming? Give me a break. It's already off to a banger of a start for the week. So let's talk about the rest of the picks this week, and let's see how bad I can fuck them up. Let's go to the Sunday early matchups. You got Atlanta traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Atlanta coming off of their, almost choked it away, but come from behind victory over the Saints. Meanwhile, the Cowboys looked like shit last week against the Broncos. Again, another example of who the hell saw that coming. And somehow Dallas is a 9-point favorite here. Feels a bit rich. Everything in my fiber of my being says don't go with this, and that's exactly why I'm going to. I got to go with some different shit, do some shit I wouldn't be doing, because whatever I've done the past 2 weeks hasn't worked. The definition of insanity, folks, is if you do the same thing over and over and over again and expect the result to be any different, you're insane. So I got to do some different shit. So I am going to take Dallas minus the 9. Got New Orleans traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. How about the Titans last week? No Derrick Henry on the road against the Rams in prime time. And they jump on him huge early and beat the shit out of him. Who the hell can see that coming? So give me the Titans minus the 3 here. You've got Jacksonville traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Colts are 10.5-point favorites, which still arguably could make some sense. Although you wonder just how much better are the Colts really compared to the Jags. I like the Colts to win this game, but I do like the Jags to win, to cover the 10.5, I mean, they just beat the Bills last week. Like, that's got to account for a little bit of something here. You got the Browns traveling to New England to take on the Patriots. The Patriots are 2.5-point favorites. I like the Browns in this spot. I'll take Cleveland minus the 2.5. You've got Buffalo traveling to New York to take on the Jets, who will still be led by Mike White. Hopefully he'll actually be able to finish the game. And these Bills, earlier in the season, they were beating up on shit teams and covering the spread. And then you come here last week and they absolutely fall apart offensively against the Jags. So what the hell do you make out of them here? I guess I split the difference. I'll take the Bills to win and the Jets to cover the 12.5 point. Like, well, how the hell are you supposed to know at this point? You got Detroit traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Detroit's 0-8. They ain't won shit. Meanwhile, the Steelers, are in a good spot right now in terms of the playoff race in the AFC for now. and they're coming off of a last-second victory over the Bears on Monday night. But that's a key thing to point out. It was a home game for them, and they barely beat the Bears. The Bears stink. And that's what the Steelers do. So now you got Detroit coming in off of a bye week like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Who gives a shit? I'm already doing like crap the last 2 weeks anyways. Detroit's got to get a win at some point in time. They're not that bad. And the Steelers maybe aren't that good. And this is exactly, traditionally, the types of teams that Tomlin and Big Ben struggle with, especially at home. So I'm going to smash the Lions plus the 8, and y'all can mock me after Sunday. You got the Bucs traveling to Washington to take on the Washington football team. The Bucs are 9.5-point favorites, even without Antonio Brown, even without Gronkowski. I do like Tampa to win here. I like Washington to cover the 9.5-point spread, even though they're not very good, and they've probably been a disappointment even related to what folks expected of them this year. This is a team that played the Bucs pretty tough in the playoffs last year, so I like that confidence level that Washington can come into this game. Not enough to win, but certainly could cause some problems. Switching over to the Sunday late games, you've got Carolina traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. The Cardinals are 10.5-point favorites. Assuming that Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins play and Chase Edmonds does not, you certainly feel good about the Cardinals' chances to win here. In terms of whether Carolina will cover or not, who the fuck knows? Like, I don't know. Like, everything here logically should point to, you've got Murray, probably Hopkins, or even without Hopkins, you still have Murray. But if you have both of them back, like, they should smash the Panthers because the Panthers stink because their organization is stupid. They did a dumb job constructing their team. That said, it makes no sense, so that's why I'm going to pick Arizona to win, but Carolina to cover the 10.5. Got the Vikings traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. I'll take the Chargers minus the 3 here. You got Philadelphia traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos. Denver are 2-point favorites, and this is one of these situations where this is a little bit of a tougher game for me to pick because I don't know what the hell to think. I'm going to ride with the home team after their great performance last week against the Cowboys. Give me Denver minus the 2. And then it looks like we'll have both Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers returning to the lineup for the respective teams on Sunday. This should be an exciting one. Seattle taking on Green Bay. Green Bay being 3.5-point favorites. Like, obviously, Seattle getting Russell Wilson back is huge for them. Obviously, as well, for Green Bay, getting Aaron Rodgers back is pretty damn big as well. That said, for the Packers, I will say this, is that they're not lighting it up as much on offense, even with Aaron Rodgers, as they maybe have in year past. But you could make an argument that they're a little more balanced, a little more complete of a team. With their running game, with their defense. Like, they're still a threat. You know, the sexy picks right now in the NFC certainly are the Rams and the Bucs. And, you know, maybe you want to get nuts, you go with the Cardinals. Green Bay's still hovering around. I do like Green Bay to win this one, but I like Russ to cook and keep it close. So give me Green Bay to win, Seattle to cover the 3.5. The Sunday night game, this should be fascinating. You got the Chiefs traveling to Vegas to take on the Raiders. You know, last week's performance wasn't very good for them, certainly. You know, it sucks when you lose 2 first-round picks in the course of a week and a half or 2 because you got to release both of them for entirely different damn reasons. Holy crap. The Raiders are favored by 2.5 here, and frankly, they should be. You know, the way the first half of the season's played out, they have been the better team, that's true. And you can also look at recent history and say this Raiders team plays the Chiefs really tough. They beat them once last year, could have beat them twice last year. Cannot sleep on the Raiders in this spot. I will continue to overrate the Chiefs because I'm a dumb dick, so I'll take the Chiefs plus the 2.5 because who the fuck knows what's going to happen on Sunday night? We just saw that last week with the Titans and the Rams. Who the hell knows? And then you go to the Monday night matchup. You got the Rams traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. I didn't even bother to look. Is Trey Lance starting in this game? Because if they're still starting Jimmy Garoppolo, what the fuck are they doing? They're going nowhere with him. Every game that Trey Lance doesn't get reps as a starter is stupid and a waste of time. And absolutely Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch should be getting all types of shit from 49ers fans, 49ers media, and frankly the national NFL media for the continued insistence of stupidity of trying to play Jimmy Garbage Pail. It makes no goddamn sense. You're playing for nothing right now. You have to read the room and understand your plight and your situation and know that this jam ain't it. It's time to get ready for the future. Because you need to. Because you know that in that division, you have the worst quarterback right now in Jimmy G. Period. You know also that if you play Trey Lance, you would right now have the worst quarterback in the division. But it's not about 2021 if you're 49ers. You got to understand that. It's about 2022 and beyond. And maybe some point not having the worst quarterback in the division. I like the Rams here, especially coming off of last week's embarrassing performance to the Titans. They're going to want a little bit of a revenge. So give me the Rams minus the 3.5. So those are my picks. I'm sure they'll suck. You can mock me afterwards. Let's see what happens this weekend, huh?